Welcome back to Just Talking. We have a great show for you today. Why? Because we have here Wendy Dahl, the Director of Product Program for the Girl Scouts of Wisconsin Southeast. Wendy, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so for those who don't know about the Girl Scouts of Wisconsin Southeast, what is it?
Well, hopefully everybody knows what Girl Scouts is, but there are 100 different councils in the United States, and Southeast is our council here. We have about 10,000 girls that participate in Girl Scouts, and our council is pretty geographically small. So we have a lot of Girl Scouts in our council. And what Girl Scouts basically is, it's a girls only club, if you will, that lets girls try new things, be leaders, and just teaches them how to be strong women in the future.
And about what age grade?
Girls can start in kindergarten, which are called our Girl Scout daisies, and they can go all the way up to senior year of high school.
What's sort of the advantage, or do they learn from being a Girl Scout?
They are always trying new things. And what I love, my daughter was a Girl Scout, kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. She went to summer camp every year. And I think summer camp is really where she shined because you're with girls, all girls, and you're not afraid to try new things. And you get to try things that maybe you never did before. She was doing, archery and canoeing and all that kind of stuff and overnights. And then what was really great is when you turn to 6th and 7th grade, you become a program aide. So you still go to summer camp, but now you're helping the little ones and you're kind of teaching them everything that you learned. So it's like you're getting those leadership skills and everything. It's a fantastic program. I love camp, and obviously I love cookies too, but camp is what I think most Girl Scouts will say is like their favorite memory of being a Girl Scout.
Well, let's talk about those cookies. It's a great time of the year for the cookie drive and a great fundraiser for the Girl Scouts. Well, let's hear all about what do we got for cookies this year.
We have the same great 8 cookies that we had last year, but for those of you that are Toastier fans, that Toastier was introduced about 3 years ago. This is the last year of the Toastier, so that'll be retired after this year. So we have something exciting to look forward to for next year. Obviously, the Thin Mints, peanut butter patties, caramel delights, and lemons are our top sellers. And I always like to say this is my favorite tidbit of information. Of the total sale, 25% of the total is made up of Thin Mints. And there's 8 different cookies. So think about how many Thin Mints that is. We sell so many Thin Mints, it's crazy.
For those who want to get cookies, where's the best way, or what are some ways they can get them?
Probably the best way is to go to our Girl Scout website, to our council website, which is GSWise, so GSWISE.org. And then there's a cookie finder on there where they can put in their zip code and it'll show them all the locations around them that are selling cookies. For those that don't use a computer, we're pretty much at every grocery store the next couple of weeks till the end of March, like every Pick and Save, the Pigleys, all that. So if you stop at your local store, you probably will run into them on the weekends.
I think that's a great thing that they're doing because I think years ago they didn't do it. It was more of coming to your door if you knew of somebody to listen. Whereas now it's kind of open and more people can buy the cookies because they're great. They taste
Right. We do
delicious.
still have girls that do the door to door, but a
Okay.
lot of it is turned into online selling now. So the Girl Scouts have an app and then they can send invitations to their regular customers or grandma or whatever. And the cool thing is the customer can buy online, so then the girl doesn't have to collect that money anymore. It's done electronically. So it's a lot more streamlined and safer for the girls and all that and easier to add up.
And that's, I guess, leads into my next question. We talk about what they're learning. Not only is this a fundraiser, but also what are the girls learning by participating in this event?
They really do learn a lot. And like one of it is like I said, running an app, you're kind of running your own business. So the girls are setting goals for one. So the Girl Scouts individually earn what we call recognitions or rewards based on the total sold. So they can already learn how to set a goal as a young age. I want that stuffed animal, so I have to sell this many. Then at the troop level, they can also learn some money management skills. Like our troop wants to go to camp this summer and it's going to cost this much money. How many cookies do we need to sell in order to fund our camp trip? It also people skills at the little age, That's a big deal to be talking to adults and being able to, tell them about the cookies and all of that kind of stuff. So people skills, business ethics, all of that, all is a part of selling Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah, I agree. I've met girls in the Girl Scouts in the past, and their people skills are just A plus. I mean, they really,
Mhm.
and then when they get out in the real world later in life, they've got that practice and their understanding how to communicate to people. And
It does. It really plays a big part.
and then also we talked about the girls entering the Girl Scouts. What about volunteers? And I think you can talk a little bit about that. Is there any volunteer opportunities for adults or that can get involved?
Plenty of volunteer opportunities. The mostly it's to run and lead a troop. So every troop has two leaders and we have 900 troops. So there's probably, I think there's about 4,000 volunteers that are registered that are part of the organization. And especially in the cookies, like there's no way we could pull this off with, I'm a department of two people here and we do this, $11 million sale that happens in 6 or 7 weeks. It's all volunteer run. It's amazing what the volunteers do, especially for cookies and for camp too. Volunteers really get involved. And you know what I like to say too, when I'm trying to talk to volunteers and talk them into volunteering, I think a lot of the adults get as much out of volunteering as the girls do out of Girl Scouting. When I was volunteering with my daughter's troop, I ended up loving going to camp with them and interacting, you know what I mean? And then I also got to get to know the other moms and it was kind of a sisterhood. It's it's just a good thing all around. So volunteering is obviously really important, but I think most people really enjoy it. And it's that mom-daughter time that, it's just your separate club. You get to do this with your daughter. So I know a lot of parents that enjoy that.
The camp keeps coming up as well. Could you talk a little bit more about what goes on at the summer camps?
We have two big camps. One is up in East Troy and one is in West Bend. Beautiful, beautiful properties. Girls can choose to do either an overnight camp where they stay in little cabins, little A-frame cabins, or they can just do a day camp where they take the bus like from like our office up to camp and spend the day and then come back. And they do everything that you would think they do at camp. We go swimming, we do canoeing. As the girls get older, there's like special opportunities. So like my daughter did horseback riding. She went canoeing in sea caves up by Apostle Islands and like the bigger, you know what I mean? The older they get, the bigger things they get to do. So just really cool things. It's just a great time to learn, be sisters with all your other Girl Scouts, try new things and just like enjoy life and enjoy Girl Scouting.
Now, do they still sort of get, I don't want to say award, but like patches or medals or anything when they,
Absolutely. The
okay.
back of their vest or their sash is where all the fun patches go, I say. So, like for cookies, we have all sorts of fun cookie patches. I was the top cookie seller or whatever. You know what I mean? That goes on the back. On the front is where all their earned rewards go. So, there are different requirements to earn the different rewards, and they earn them by level. So, we have daisies, brownies, juniors, cadets, all the way up to seniors and ambassadors, and they have to do different requirements to earn the different badges.
Is that Girl Scout thing like all year round they're in, or is it just the summer, or how does it work?
It is all year round, but most troops kind of take a hiatus over the summer because they're not in school.
That's
Most troops just meet during the school year, but a lot of troops, the bigger troops, and the older troops are kind of doing their whole Girl Scout thing during the school year to do a big activity in the summer. I know a troop that is going to Europe. I know a lot of troops are going down to Savannah to visit. They do like big travel or big, like that's kind of what they're spending their cookie money that they earned on, is that kind of stuff.
great. And then you probably have stories where girls that that graduate out of that may have come back as a volunteer that or just kept in contact with their fellow Girl Scout.
We do have a lot, and actually my daughter falls into that category because she just graduated from Whitewater last year. So she graduated from high school and Girl Scouts 4 years ago. She's still a registered Girl Scout. She still goes back and helps out at her day camp where she went to camp as a little one. And I love to say this is kind of cool. When she was interviewing for her first, big girl real job, she ended up bringing up Girl Scouts a couple of the times. And I don't want to say she got the job because of Girl Scouts, but absolutely it helps. Like Girl Scouts it just builds girls of, confidence and character that really help girls in the future.
And it helps the community in large by what they do. And like I said, that they do a great job throughout the community, and this cookie sale is always a great time. So let's plug the website one more time. And so if people would like to either volunteer or get involved with Girl Scouts or learn about the cookie drive, what will their website would be?
The website is GSWISE, which is GS for Girl Scouts, WI for Wisconsin, and then SE for Southeast. So gswise.org. On the homepage, they can click volunteer, and then they can, register to be a volunteer if they want to get their Girl Scout involved. There's a button for that too. And then if there's external customers that are just looking to purchase cookies to support our awesome organization, there's a cookie finder right on the homepage where they put their zip code in, and it'll show all the different we call them cookie booths or cookie stores, all in their area where they can stop by and buy cookies from the girls.
Well, Wendy Dahl, we thank you so much for coming on down the show. Again, the Director of Product Program of Girl Scouts of Wisconsin Southeast. You do a great job all year round. And Wendy, thanks so much for talking with us today.
Thanks so much for having us. I really appreciate it.